This is the standard plug. This is a J1772 plug, which is an industry standard. Everybody except for Tesla, which I'm going to mention here in just a minute. So this plug works for all the AC chargers out there in the U.S. The stage 1 and the stage 2 chargers, like I mentioned before. I went ahead and picked up. Tesla has their own. Now I'm not talking about the DC fast chargers. I'm talking about the AC chargers. Tesla has their own. One of the words that they use to call it, they call it a destination charger. And that's what they call the stage 2 chargers. So what I went ahead and did is I went online and picked this little device up here. And what this is an adapter. I haven't used it yet, but this is supposed to let me plug this into my car, the J1772 connector, and then I can plug a Tesla destination charger into this. So this would let me charge at a stage 2 charger that had a Tesla. So if I was ever at like a hotel or whatever that only had the Tesla destination chargers, I can charge up my car from that. The one I got here, the brand name is Tesla Tap Mini. Tesla J772 adapter, 40 amp. So it'll work for either stage 1 or stage 2 charging, I'm sure. So I use we have Android phones, and so when I'm in the car, I'm using Android Autoplay software that connects Bluetooth. So when I'm traveling, then if I go into my travel menu here, I use a couple different software that I use, but there's a couple like ChargePoint and what's the other one I have? Volta, which are for proprietary things, but there's a really nice app that you can download from the Play Store called PlugShare. If I bring PlugShare up, it brings up a map, and it'll search for charge stations in whatever area that you want. So, for example, here's Central Market, which is the grocery store that's closest to me. It has a stage 2 charger. If I click on it, it says there's a J1772 plug there. And what I've done in the options, somewhere in the options here, that was dumb. On the map, there's this little thing that looks like a sieve, it's like a filter. So you click that. Okay. Use my current location is one of the options here. Then it tells you can put in your vehicle so it knows what I'm driving. I told it, yes, please show me the J1772. That would be anything with that connector. It could be a stage 1 or a stage 2. They're mostly stage 2 if it's in a commercial location. Then I also clicked on Tesla. It says it requires adapter for my car. And it's smart enough to know that my car won't connect to a DC fast charger, so it doesn't even show that as an option. But I've got it set so I can have both the 2 plugs and the J1772 and also the Tesla destination charger, stage 2 charger ports. So there aren't any of those around here, but I noticed on the map that down like around Tacoma, there's some down in there. So if I'm out traveling, I might find some of those. So PlugShare is a really good app. It covers lots of different. It'll show you at the charger. It'll show you like what company it is. It'll show you what the connection size is, connection port. In my case, it's only going to show the ones that I've told it to filter on. And it'll also, in some cases, if they're on networks, it'll show you whether or not they're busy, which is a really nice feature. So, PlugShare. Okay, this is a ChargePoint station. This is at the grocery store, and in ChargePoint you have an app, and you can bring it up, and And then I should be able to, so I say start charge, it says available. If I say start charge, I think it's tap your phone, contacting station, and I just heard a click. It's probably ready, so I'll take this off. This is the J1772 plug. It's got a slightly, plug that in. It's got a slightly thicker cable than the one at home. So it's got, it's telling me what the elapsed time is. While I'm in the grocery store, this will top off my car, and it'll probably take, 10 or 20 cents. This one charges. The one at the Safeway stores are free. I'll show you those later. After I unplugged my car, then it sent me a text message. So here you see the text message. This is from a ChargePoint network. So it said the cost was 14 cents for 1.4 kilowatt hours. So it's 10 cents per kilowatt hour. My Niro has a 8.9 kilowatt hour battery. So it can't be more than 89 cents. So that was basically 14 cents is basically a round trip to town. So that's about 8 miles or so for 14 cents. So I don't know if I drove 30 miles and used up 8 kilowatt hours, that would be like 80 cents. So that's it's pretty cheap. And then like I said, the ones that some places like our Safeway store here has free. They don't charge at all. And this one sends you a text message when it's you could be in the store shopping and you'd get a text message saying that your charging has stopped. So it means like it finished, it got done. So it works out pretty well. So I'm here at the local Walmart store in the parking lot, and I'm going to wrap things up for this time, this little episode on charging here. All the chargers that I've been talking about so far are stage 1 or stage 2 chargers. They have AC power. I use stage 1 at home. I use stage 2 at the grocery store, that ChargePoint station that we just looked at. Now these are DC fast chargers that are here at the Walmart, and the network is ElectriyAmerica, is called, and these are fairly slow. Now this says CCS, and that is the standard that basically I have, except that you'll notice on these plugs there's these 2 extra plug points down here for the DC, which I do not have on my car. So on my plug-in hybrid, I can't use these pumps. So this station has 4 parking spaces that are labeled EV charging only, although they do have actually a total of 8 connecting ports. They have a spot here for a credit card, and I'm sure that you can sign up for ElectriyAmerica. The way ChargePoint works is that you download their app, you register, you give them your credit card information. They charge your credit card like $10 or something to get started, and then every time that you use it, it deducts money from that $10 that you've already paid until you get down to 0, and then it recharges. Okay, this station also has CCS. There's 4 CCS connectors there, and over here there's also 2 CCS connectors. And I think this one's different. Let's see. Yeah, this one has a CHAdeMO. I thought there was a Tesla connector up here, but I think Tesla makes a adapter, so people that own a Tesla can use the CCS connectors. You guys have to have the adapter from Tesla. This is CHAdeMO. CHAdeMO is a different connector. It's not CCS. It's not, or CCS/J1772 is what I call it, and it's not Tesla. It was made by a different car manufacturer. I forget which one. I can't remember if it was the Nissan Leaf, I think maybe. Anyway, that one's kind of fading out of use. There's still a few cars around, of course, that have those connectors, but it's kind of hard to find a connector, a charging station for it now, and I think they're not going to be putting in too many. These stations are fairly new. Actually, you know, I'm surprised that none of these are Tesla. But anyway, so these are so-called fast connectors, although these are not particularly fast. It says 150 kilowatts, which is not super high. Some of the ones, you know, get up at least twice that. As a reminder, you know, my plug-in hybrid has an 8.9 kilowatt hour battery. The chargers that I use, like, you know, it's 1.5 kilowatts at home, 7 or 8 kilowatts, maybe 6, 7, 8, something like that, on the stage 2 chargers. And these are then for cars that would have, electric car would have a battery that's 60 or more, 60, 70, 80 kilowatt hour battery, something like that. So if you can charge at 150, you can comfortably, you know, recharge your car probably in less than an hour. Although the max rate is, that's why you'll see on the cars they'll list it like 10 to 90 or 20 to 80% charge, because what happens when you get to up around 80% charge, the charge rate drops way off. So it's fast charges up to about, you know, 70 or 80% and then less. So these are in a nice location. They're, like I said, they're fairly new. They're in the Walmart parking lot. You know, if you were charging your car across the street over there, there's the Starbucks, there's a Wendy's, there's a Wingstop. You know, so that stuff's easy walking distance. There's a Taco Bell, there's a Chinese restaurant, you know, and there's more stuff down the street. There's a PetSmart and a Home Depot up there that you could walk to. There's a Jack in the Box over there too, and there's some other non-chain fast food type places over in that mall. So, you know, you could charge your car and do some shopping or go get a coffee or whatever, and it worked out pretty well. So I'm gonna end this show here on charging. So these are the DC fast chargers, which I cannot use. But if you have a pure electric car, you will definitely want to take advantage of them. And so that's it for now. Talk to you.